Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over the top 10 ugliest LEGO Star Wars sets, in my opinion. And this is one of those lists that's just totally for fun and is super subjective, but I thought that it would be kind of interesting to look through. I know that I see them in passing. I see super ugly Star Wars sets and I'm like, gag, I hate that set. So I figured I would compile a list of the ones that really just bug me because they're just ugly. And disclaimer, there are a ton of LEGO Star Wars sets, so yeah, there's going to be huge varying opinions. And for this video, I'm not going to count the old school LEGO Technic figures, even though they're pretty ugly, as well as any mechs or build-a-figures that came out that some people don't like, or a certain statue that people don't like that I actually like, so he's not being included. Anyway, so we're not including those, and we're also not including any of the like super old LEGO Star Wars builds that are ugly because at the time that was all they could do. So I don't particularly find those ugly. What I'm trying to do is just compile a list of ships that are like ugly in universe and ugly as LEGO, and like things that they're accurate, I guess. They just are ugly. So that's going to be this video. So sit back and enjoy. All right, first up we have the Rogue Shadow. This one is an expanded universe set. I guess it's considered Legends or what have you. And it's an ugly ship. It was ugly in the video game too. It comes with great minifigures, but it just is ugly. It looks like a scrap of metal flying through space. It just is like really jaggedy, and the wings are kind of disjointed, and it's just a weird one. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I do like it for the minifigures. Following that, we have the TIE Crawler. I actually think that this makes a lot of people's ugly set list just because it's so weird. It's like a TIE fighter, but with tank wings. I don't even know. It's just bizarre. And LEGO didn't come up with this on their own. This was somewhere in Star Wars canon at one point when it was made, but it is still really super ugly. And I think that the blue was super out of place as well. But yeah, TIE Crawler, bleh. Following that is the Pirate Tank from the Clone Wars, and I bought this set when it came out, and I thought it was ugly back then, but I wanted the minifigures. And it's got some redeeming features of it, but the big things, the fins on the back, I don't like them. Overall, it's just ugly. It's brown. I don't know. It just looks really weird to me. I'm not a big fan of it. And right behind that, or in front of, I should say, is the HH-87 Starhopper. I also owned this set, and I also dislike the way it looked. It's just like blocky. It doesn't actually look like a ship that could take off. I do like the green in it, and the light brown is okay, but it's just, I don't know. It's just ugly. And then following that is the First Order Transport. Literally, this is a gray wedge. I hate this LEGO set. I'll never own this LEGO set because it is just ugly. I mean, it's relatively accurate to the movie, but I mean, literally they added no color to it. It's just hideous looking, and it was an easy pass for me at the time because of that. It's just so bland. Following that is the Resistance Troop Transport, and this one is less bland, I guess, but it's still ugly. They didn't make it big enough, so it's just weirdly shaped. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I do like that it has a little bit more color and a little bit more shape than the First Order Transport, but I don't know if you can tell, there's a trend going on here. That being said, next we have the First Order ATST. Yes, that one, the broken off one with BB-8, that's hideous. This thing is literally horrible. And it's gotten so much hate already, because it's a pretty old set at this point, but it's gotten so much hate. It got tons of hate when it came out, and it's just really, really weird. I don't know why people would want half of an ATST. It's just I mean, it happened in the movie, but just because it happened in the movie doesn't mean it needs to be a set. I think that the scene that it happened in was kind of dorky anyway, and so the fact that they made a LEGO set out of this, nobody really wants half of an ATST. It's not going to serve any purpose in your Imperial or First Order army if you're building that for LEGO, and so it's a really ugly set, and I think this is a bad move of LEGO to ever make, personally. All right, next up is the Twilight from 2008. I remember being so unimpressed with this set when it came out initially and seeing it on shelves and being so excited for the Clone Wars because I was like a tween then, but like hating this LEGO set, loving the minifigures, and then later on we got these minifigures a ton anyway, except for Rhoda, but yeah, this ship was horrible to me. It's like a flying piece of trash in space. I just think that it was really ugly. They didn't do hardly any detail work on the exterior, so it's just like gray studded plates put together, and it's almost like a kid drew a starship from memory. I never really liked the ship in general, and it ended up being obsolete after the first couple of seasons, I think, of the Clone Wars. But I think it was an ugly ship. I understand why Lego made it, because that was like the flagship new ship. Everybody's like, oh, it's a new Millennium Falcon, whatever. And they used it for a little bit, but like it's just super ugly. I thought it was really subpar for 2008. It's just one of those sets that I'll never own, even though the Clone Wars tends to get better and better with age. This one did not age like fine wine, unfortunately. And so yeah, that's why that one is on this list. Next, we have the Justifier. Some people might fight me for this one. I don't know. Some people really like this one, but I hate it. It is just too big. And it just is a really ugly shape. I hate that like hammer tail thing going on. It has excellent minifigures, so I'll probably buy those, like the exclusive ones off of Bricklink, but we already have Omega in the advent calendar for this year, so that's nice. But yeah, I just thought that this ship was way too big, and that might be more accurate. I don't like the shape of it at all, and I don't think that it has a very good interior for its size, and that drop tail hammery thing at the back just really, I do not like it. Unpopular opinion, I think the Bad Batch is overrated, so that's probably has to do with kind of my opinion on this set. And finally, everybody in the world's top 10 ugliest Lego Star Wars sets. Number 1, First Order Heavy Scout Walker. This one is horrible. It never made an appearance in the movies. It was a deleted scene. Lego, of course, didn't know that at the time, so they made a set. It wasn't very expensive. I think it was like $25, but it was really ugly. Again, no real good notable minifigures, and it just is horrible. It's like they tried to like redesign an ATST and then just make it like crawl. It's weird, like the TIE crawler is weird. Yeah, so if you can't tell, I'm not a huge fan of the First Order sets. I think they're all just gray blobs, honestly, but that's just my opinion. Anyways, that was my list, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you agree with me or disagree, or think one should have been on the list that I did not include. But anyways, thanks for sticking around for the end of this video. I will catch you guys next time. Bye.